Hello everyone. Today I'm disappointed because, because in the last 2 months there are 28, only 28 subscribers, and then there are one more. That makes it 29. So I'm very disappointed, and I'm going to cancel my channel, and I'm going to um I'm going to disable YouTube and I won't do it anymore. Oh, by the way, let's read. What Kelly said in this release when she saw the door? Well, we definitely did not close the door. Oh no, a chill running through her spine. Becca walked through the water to try the door. Uh, please open, please open, please open. It's locked. As she said with a near whisper, and everybody groaned behind her. All the doors in the house are locked. They're and they're all trapped again. No way, Matt cried out. We're all locked in here just like we were at summer school. The team reluctantly made their way back to the living room, and Becca was feeling especially defeated. The choice, the only choice is to keep playing, Becca said. But what are we supposed to do next? My team was trying to find a silkworm tree, and we end up with a random key instead, one that doesn't work on any of the doors. You never told what happened to your team, Matt pointed out. Fill us in so we can all move forward on the same page. Right, Becca said, struggling to regain her confidence. Well, uh, we first got in and looked around the living room. Then we end up finding a message written on the mirror with creepy red writing. Speaking of red, Maggie cut in. Look at the red barley. Is that blood? We're going to know. Frankie explained with a shake of their head. Let's keep going with no. Becca continued. The message asked Danny what Danny was afraid of, wretched spiders. Um, but before we could figure out what we're supposed to do, the door slammed shut and locked on its own. Danny emphasized, we'll still can't figure out how the game master pull it off. Then we have to go to the dark, damp basement which had all sorts of freaky bugs. Jamie cut in, turning the camera to face himself, and I'm proud to say I'm the one who completed the spider jar. The spider jar? Mike asked with a shiver. That doesn't sound fun at all. Becca nodded. It was pretty freaky. At the end of the game, we're given a clue, something about red and food. Uh, we're we never quite have it, unless we count the gummy worms, Frank said. Why, but what worms? Explained the stuff about the sea. Did you say gummy worms? And, Kelly said. Gummies, embellied a big flower pot full of dirt cake, Frankie said. We had to eat our way to find a key. I'm not going to lie, I said, looking at the river jealous. I really would rather gotten the cake challenge than mud water bucket challenge. Frankie looked at Matt from head to toe. Yeah, even though the cake thing was made to freak me out the most. I'm not sure I would have rather than the bucket. Becca looked around the living room, which was getting darker as the sun set further. We're running out of time, and we're all out of tools, he said. Any ideas what we what we should go next. Before anyone could say a word, an ancient television that sat across the room from a cracked ta- coffee table came to life, filling the room with bright green light from the glow of the screen. The loud sound of muffled signal nearly caused Becca to jump up, to jump out of her skin, panicked and on the edge. The group cried in surprise. The layer of the green background was a giant figure. Good afternoon, a voice boomed from the television. Soon to be evening. Becca gasped as she recognized the voice, the one that had come over the loudspeaker that day at summer school. She remembered how confused she felt uh, when she first heard it. How she had no way of comprehending just how twist things were about to get. That feeling was back now, only intensified from the atmosphere of the old house. The game master, Matt whispered. You've played the game well so far, the voice continued. But if you really want to see Elephant and Nacho again, you're going to have to follow the rules to higher ground. I see what makes some of you afraid, but there's still time for the rest of you. Becca bus ran cold. There hadn't been a clue for her or Matt. He looked over her, and they exchanged nervous glances. Who are you? Frankie yelled in frustration at the screen. But then the TV turned off, leaving them in tight darkness of the living room once again. Becca kept looking at the television screen, as thought it might be flickered back and on and asked her what her fear was. Did you hear the game master said? She said weakly. They said we played the game well so far. I thought we were getting a step ahead and splitting up. But it turns out that the game master knew we'd do that all along. He felt that he failed her team somehow, led them astray by making them believe splitting up would be an unexpected way to cut corners of the game. I couldn't have known, Matt assured her. It was smart to split up, thanks. The game master just knew he'd figure it out. That's all. Becca still didn't like the idea of having no control over what was happening to them. Who was this game master? And how did they ultimate it once? Follow the books to the higher ground, Teddy mumbled, walking in circles as he thought it through. Follow the books to higher ground. Follow what books? Maggie asked. I don't see a single book in here. That just means there's a room in this house with books in it. Kelly, mm, Kelly, Kelly said, or books leading up to it. Has anyone in our group tried going upstairs yet? Becca shivered as he thought about the staircase. He passed it, and she passed in the hallway on the wall of the mud room. Not yet, she said. We didn't even see the stairs at first, except for the ones down in the basement. Maybe there's a library of some sort down there, Terry said. Oh, creepy house. Like this, always have libraries. I feel like it. What do you think, Becca? Danny asked from behind the camera. Should we brave the stairs? Should we brave the upstairs? Becca looked up at the looked the steep look looked up the steep staircase. Knowing her gut that there was something on the second floor that was put there especially to terrify her with her worst fear. Not who, she said at last, had hooked in the strap of her backpack and putting her foot on the first step as the only way to find Elephant and Natural. Next, the staircase was even darker than the living room, with no windows and offer even the slightest bit of light. The steps were steep, windy, and covered in thick dark green carpet that reminded Matt of moss. The air felt hotter and more stifling as they made their way up. Someone make it smash. He had a cold soda to guzzle. At the top of the stairs was a long hallway in a different rooms off the sides. This house was even bigger than it looked from the outside. Okay, Becca said from where she stood at the front of the path. One of these rooms has to contain books. We should stick together while we check. They all moved together down the hall, peeking into rooms um, as they walked by. The first room was a bathroom with enormous stained tub with a huge creature-like claw feet. The mirror that hung over the sink was cracked, so when you look at it, your face got all scrambled up, as though it had been broken into pieces and crumbled harmlessly back together. No, thank you, Matt muttered as he passed the terrible mirror, his reflection gaping back at him, like a Frankenstein monster. The second room looked like a sewing room of some sort, with piles of old fabric that were sun-stained from so many years. Next to an uncovered window, there's an ancient sewing machine that that reminded Matt of his great grandmother used to have when he was a little. Only when he looked closer did he see the windowsill was the pile of fabric that littered with dead ants. So forth, and the upstairs era was proving itself to be just as alarming as the downstairs. He imagined the game master sneaking from room to room, hiding in the shadows, watching over them all like some sort of ghost, and shivering at the thought. Whoever wants to spend in a house this creepy. Danny was the first to pass the third room of the hallway, holding his camera up as he entered to capture everything in real time. Whoa, he exclaimed before stepping gingerly inside. I think it's safe to say I found the library. The rest of the friends piled into the room quickly, Matt heading in the last. He was unsettled by the creaking that seemed to come from deep within the walls of the room. But when he entered the room, he knew that Matt was right. This room had to be the one. There weren't just one or two books, but hundreds. The bookshelf almost looked endless. Layers in well space rolled across the turret-like room that expanded out from the side of the house. At the end of the house was a big window that overlooked the front door, and on the wall beside it there was a big architectural drawing with the table splaying out beneath it. The drawing table was old and crinkly, pinned hastily in each corner. Cool, Carrie said, spinning on her toes to get a look at the entire room. This is probably my favorite room in the house so far. If such a thing is possible, it really makes you wonder what this place was even before it was abandoned. Becca said, walking through the shelves, running her hands. over all the leather-bound spines. Maybe it was really next one, when everything wasn't all broken and run down. Thank you for listening, and I hope many more subscribers subscribe to my channel because if no, my parents will told me to stop this YouTube channel. Don't use that for my work. Goodbye.